You know what's the confusing part of the hard part about this is? Because you will tell somebody this, and then they'll go to church on Sunday, leading up to the Christmas celebration, and they be like, well, my pastor said, or this is what they talked about in church today. Every church or in the world are on one accord in regards to this. Now the Bible says be on one accord. That is true. But you got to understand there's a one accord that's of the devil. There's a one accord that's the devil's sway. The prince of the wind, the prince of the air. And a lot of people listen to him. And a lot of listen to his one accord. Now, that's why I'm going to tell you that it's not of God. China or some third world countries even celebrate Christmas. They do. They do. It's been celebrated for a long time. You know, Santa Claus was a great marketing scheme brought up by Coca-Cola. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. You understand? You know, Christmas was really made famous by a famous play that people love, The Christmas Carol. People love it. You know, it's a great movie. It is. But in reality, the movie ain't even great. They said Scrooge was like this. It took Christmas to open Scrooge's eyes. Nah. Once you receive the gift of Thanksgiving and the Thanksgiving and the gift of love, it's every day. The change is forever. It's like the Marine Corps. The change is forever. Just like breaking free from the matrix. It's like a change that the world wants you back, though. Don't get me wrong. The world wants you to indulge in it. You understand? But if you pay attention real closely around this time of year, people go berserk. And people are like, you got to do it. Why? But like I said, the whole world, if the whole world is doing it, the world that's in tuned in is doing it. Why should we do it? Right? Really ask yourself some questions. This is personal. Once you develop a personal relationship with Christ, you start to question everything. Like a 2-year-old. Or what year that is, the kid be like, what's that? Why? You know, when kids get to that certain age, why is like the biggest question known to man. Why? You get frustrated. Because it is what it is. You understand? And when you wake up from the matrix and you get your life over to Christ, why is that going on? Why is this going against the word? Why? Your head about to explode because you're like, why? Why are they not observing the truth? Why we got women preachers? Why? Why? Because you're reading your word. And you're like, the word says don't do this. It's not that you're trying to be righteous. It's just you open up to the truth now. The matrix. You understand? But the devil wants, this is what I'm saying, how it's so similar to the matrix. Because you say he will fool even some of the elect, say. Because in the Matrix trilogy, like I said, the one guy woke up, but he wanted back in. And a lot of people want back in after they wake up. Because everything that's in the world is so fun, it's so colorful, it's so bright. But you know, you can have a good time every day, like it's Christmas. Every day. You can help somebody every day. You can wake up in the morning and be like, hey, I just wanted to buy you this. You can go next week. You can go today. Be like, hey, you know what? Here you go. Why are you doing this for me? It ain't Christmas. It ain't my birthday. But it's the day the Lord has made. So let's get back to the chosen. Let's get back to the matrix. You see, Saul took the red pill. He was riding down the road. And the red pill was the blood of Christ, and woke him up from his sleep. And he blinded him first, blue, so he could see clearly. He woke up. And he went around telling everybody the truth. And people started hating him. They loved him. The people of the world loved Saul, because he was persecuting the church. Then they started hating him too when he woke up. He woke up to the truth. Now, this the thing. Even with his disciples, he said, I saw you before then. You know, it's like he just went around the people who he chose, besides Judas, you understand? The rest of them was just willingly coming to him. He said, my sheep know my voice, right? It's not going to be hard once you wake up. And the thing about waking up out of the matrix, everybody doesn't wake up at the same time. And one of the hardest things is waking up out of the matrix is there are so many people preaching different versions of the gospel or distorting it. So you're going to go through a phase where you're studying. You're like, I'm trying to see if this person's correct or that person's correct. Because that's what the word does. If the word say, study to show yourself approved, there is an approval time when you are approved by God to be a good workman through your studying. One of my biggest weaknesses is television. I grew up watching television. I love it. And I love it. Am I saying I should be watching it all the time? Probably not. But I love it. It's one of my vices. I love action. But you know, when you live for Christ, you can kind of put God in any situation. But it kind of pains you because you watch it, you love this television, but you'll see so much blasphemy in regards to how they treat God and how they speak of God. I was watching the old Spider-Man over the weekend, the one with the black Spider-Man, and he had got dark. And he was just dark then. You know what I'm saying? And he was fighting with one of his best friends. He was like, if you want forgiveness, find religion. But it's a truth. And I'm not trying to find religion, find Christ. It's kind of a partial truth, but it's like you really realize how the world knows where forgiveness comes from. And they make a mockery of it. And it does upset you. Right in the middle of a good movie, somebody got to say something blasphemous. You're like, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing how they do our Father, which is in heaven. The world doesn't care. They don't care. You know, you got Oprah Winfrey, who everybody stand on her word. If she say it's good, it's good. People go out, this book has been approved by Oprah Winfrey. Let's get it. Well, this book has been proved by the Son of God. Go get it. But the thing is, everybody's not going to get it. Why? Because everybody's not chosen. One of the scariest lines in the Bible, and there's a lot of them. Let them be unjust still. Let them be righteous still. There's going to come a time where you ain't going to be worried about teaching and spreading the word to your neighbor no more. Nope. I ain't got time. But they ain't going to want to hear. He said there'll come a time when they don't listen to sound doctrine. It's just going to listen to who they want to listen to. You know, it's so many, you know, like I said, one of my biggest fears is spreading the gospel incorrectly. And I'm sure I didn't probably open my eyes further and further each year, or each passing day, and I come to a different revelation. If anybody knows me, I had a great beef with Paul. I just couldn't understand him. And I probably said some things I shouldn't say. But at the same time, God kept working upon me. He came to me to understand Paul. And that was one of my greatest victories, because I was going against Paul so much that it was ridiculous. It's like we knew each other. What's up, Paul? I don't like you, man. You know, that's how I felt. Like, what's up with this man? He talk about himself a lot. Like, you talk about yourself like, oh, yeah, I do. It's part of his testimony. Understand what he's saying. He worshiped God. He worshiped Jesus Christ. He's just like you. A man with flaws. And see his growth. So, the way I look at it is, I do this because I'm a man. And I do this because I love God. And I do this to correct myself, to correct others. You understand? The devil wants me to stop. He told me. He's told me so many times. Don't spread his word. Huh? All right. Try again. Try again. I'm gonna spread it. If Christ said it, I'm gonna spread it. Don't you love Christ? You understand? But you're chosen. One thing about it, when you realize that you're chosen, his words gonna stay in your mouth. You know what? One of my biggest accomplishments was I love to rap, but I could never rap about Christ. Was coming to the realization I can freestyle and talk about Christ at the same time. Wow, I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. He got something for you. You'll figure out what it is. You calling on him, he gonna tell you. Just remember that, people. That's all I got. But just know you're chosen. And being chosen leads to a lot of changes and a lot of eye openings that you really ain't gonna understand, but you're gonna understand. You'll be like, well, people should be loving me. And then you will find out some people hate you. And you're going to realize the word talks about it. Then it's going to be hurting. The righteous will suffer. Do you understand? Have a blessed day.